Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Division III Central Section Soccer Championships here on PlayOnSports.com. This is the PlayOnSports.com pregame show coming to you live from Reedley High School here in Reedley, California. My name is Jason Phillips, calling the game solo tonight here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight brings us the Division III final. The road to the final has led the number 2 seeded Roosevelt Rough Riders, head coached by Joel Nunez, against the number 1 seed Selma High Bears and David Norman. These two squads, I talked to both coaches before the game. They said they wanted to just play their game and do what has brought them here. Selma on the year, the top seeded Bears bring in a 28-3-1 record and a great season that included 110 goals, only giving up 27 on the year. They faced number 4 ranked El Toro back in December around mid-year and beat them, and Coach David Norman said, you know what, it was a great confidence builder and it really helped their squad get to where they are today. The Selma High Bears are led by Anthony Torres, who scored 3 goals last week to help upend South and get the Selma High Bears here. And the 2 players for the Selma High Bears have over 20-plus goals. That is Anthony Torres and Mark Martinez. And those Selma High will look for those 2 guys to lead them to a Central Section title here today. For the Roosevelt Rough Riders, Joel Nunez is 21st year here at Roosevelt. Folks, we're going to step away for the national anthem real quick. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. Sorry, we are not just quite ready for the national anthem. Teams are lined up for their player introduction, so the national anthem will be coming up real quick. I just wanted to get this pregame show finished and updated. Like I said, Roosevelt, head coached by Joel Nunez, 21-3 on the year. He said it was a great year, and Joel Nunez and his club looking for their 6th league title, or excuse me, 6th area title here tonight. Roosevelt, Joel Nunez said that his team does a lot of possessions, a lot of passing, and if they just do their responsibilities, they will be all right tonight. Roosevelt beat Yosemite in round 1, upended Tehachapi, and then got past Dianuba, and that puts the Roosevelt Rough Riders here in the area title tonight. That's going to do it for our pregame show as the players finish getting introduced, and we'll do our national anthem. We'll step away. We'll be right back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Stay tuned. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Reedley High School in Reedley, California. We are just about set to get underway. The Selma Bears line the home side of the stands with all their orange and black signs and a crowd that is still filtering in that is lined all the way to the parking lot. So we are set to have a good crowd on hand. Selma to your left side of the screen in the orange pants, white tops. Reedley owns the away side, Roosevelt owns the away side tonight. They are across your screen at the top, and a few fans that have made the journey all the way out here from Fresno. They are in the all blacks with green on your right side of your screen. We have two 40-minute halves, and in case the teams have not decided it, we will go to two 10-minute overtime halves in case we get that far. Once again, folks, I am Jason Phillips bringing you all the action here on PlayOnSports.com. PlayOnSports.com is everywhere in the Central Valley this weekend, covering all the section finals in soccer, boys and girls. Earlier today, we were at Buchanan High School in Fresno, California, where we saw Buchanan end up Stockdale in a thriller that went to PKs. And we are underway here. Selma, has controlled the tip. And you'll notice the football field, but the out-of-bound lines are marked in yellow. So pay no attention to the football field and the yardage markers. The field of play is marked by the yellow lines that are all over the field. And again, talking with head coach Joel Nunez of Roosevelt, his team, he wanted to possess the ball, a lot of passing, a lot of controlled offense is what he's going to look for and is what has got Roosevelt so far, this far. Roosevelt led by number 9, Santiago Gaspar, who scored the only goal in their win over Yosemite last week, Dinuba. And it is Gaspar who tips it to a fellow teammate, and here's Gaspar, and no call by the referee. And cleared out by Selma. Adrian Torres with the throw in. And 50-50 ball. Selma's got it. And knocked out of bounds by Andrew Ramirez, one of the midfielders. The fans are in it tonight. They've got their vuvuzelas and everything else needed at a soccer game. They are ready to go. And another ball that is out of bounds. This one will be long to Roosevelt. A little slow to start here in the first 3 minutes. Each team's feeling each other out. And in soccer, as you know, the first 10 minutes always crucial. Over the head of the defender, and the goalkeeper for Selma will take it. Abraham Garcia, 0-0. Junior goalkeeper for the Selma Bears. And nice pass by the Selma midfielder. That is Raymond Torres all alone. Gives it up to the front to Moises Martinez. And Roosevelt clears it past midfield. Selma and David Norman, his crew, employs a 4-3-3 formation. So 4 fullbacks, 3 midfielders, 3 strikers. And this is Martinez on the attack. And a shot from about 25 feet, but it is stopped by the Roosevelt goalkeeper. And that is Jesse Diaz, the goalkeeper for Roosevelt. And it looks like we've got our first foul and first minor injury, but Antonio Valencia for Roosevelt is up and on his feet quickly. Torres with the free kick, sends it wide. Roosevelt tried to get a through ball in there, played well by the Selma defense. No foul on that one. Selma's free on the attack. Numbers not in their favor. And we're going to get a whistle as Emmanuel Flores drew the contact and gives Selma a free kick. And this looks like Moises Martinez on the free kick. Sends it at the goal, but just a bit wide. Definitely not his best effort. And just under 5 minutes into the first half here with 34:55 remaining in the first half. Both teams still feeling each other out here in the early going. You can definitely get a sense of Roosevelt's passing. Crisp, clean, one-time passes, possession. But it has been Central on the attack so far here in the early going. And a one-time shot by Emmanuel Flores, the freshman, is just a bit wide. The only freshman on this roster for the Selma Bears. And a couple shots on goal for the Selma Bears, just a bit wide. And Jesse Diaz sends it to midfield. And it will go out of bounds. Roosevelt ball. This is Adrian Torres, number 6 for Roosevelt. We have a chilly night here in Reedley, California. Temperatures about high 50s, low 60s with no wind. It is a good night for soccer. Conditions here on Tuesday were a little bit worse for wear with complete rain for the playoff game that Selma was involved in. But tonight, no wet conditions, perfectly dry, and a good cross up into the box, and Adrian Torres gets it out of there. Selma, Raymond Torres working down the right side. It is out of bounds, and he will have a throw in. This will be Andrew Ramirez on the throw-in. Good throw-in. No one was there for Central, and it's a one-time shot just above the goal. And that was Emmanuel, nope, sorry, not Emmanuel Flores. It looks like Anthony Torres, the senior who leads the team in goals, and you can see why. That was on target. Just a couple feet high. And Selma keeping the pressure on. A nice little combination of passing there by Andrew Ramirez and Reinaldo Toriblo. Playing a good little two-man game. Selma on the attack for most of the first 10 minutes here. Roosevelt unable to get into their offense and get settled in comfortably. And Roosevelt still lucky this thing is knotted at 0.
Well, we're 10 minutes into
Raymond Torres with the throw in, and that is gobbled up by Jesse Diaz easily. And Roosevelt looks to counter. Roosevelt down the right side. And Ruben Medina, Roosevelt tried to split the defenders, could not do it. Roosevelt gained possession. And a no call on that one, sends it to Selma. And Anthony Torres down low to Andrew Ramirez, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be a free kick, Roosevelt. Selma had the numbers on that one. A good scoring opportunity wasted. And Jesse Diaz will set to kick it off. So far, Selma has been over every 50-50 ball. We have not been down Selma's defensive side of the field in over at least 5 minutes now. Good credit to the midfield of Selma. That one through the legs of Selma defender. And out of bounds, Roosevelt ball. Throw in, taken by Ruben Medina. Passes it upfield, and once again, Selma comes away with the possession. And here they are on the break. That is Anthony Torres. Here we go. Good attack for Selma. And that looks like Moises Martinez pushed down, and we've got a whistle. And we're going to have a free kick from just outside the 18 box. Moises Martinez and Anthony Torres, the two horses for the Selma Bears, working in combination, and they have drawn themselves a free kick. And with a good set piece here, Selma could put themselves in position to take the lead in this matchup. That is Martinez up in front of the ball. Anthony Torres will be the one to run up to it. Nope. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That is Edsel Antonez behind him. Anthony Torres and Raymond Torres, the Torres brothers, are the two Selma Bears closest to the bottom of the screen inside the box. Emmanuel Flores is the other man in the box. This will be Moises Martinez to take the kick. Roosevelt's got the wall up, ball into the wall. And we've got a handball, and it will be Roosevelt. So they clear the attempt and avoid what could have been a disaster there. Well, anytime you get Anthony Torres and Moises Martinez on the break working together, you've got to grit your teeth if you're the defense. Roosevelt on the attack. And Selma defense clears it. We'll have a throw-in. Folks, do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play on Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SPB. And the throw-in headed up by Selma. And a kick, and it's Adrian Torres, number 6. Selma with a couple half-hearted attempts at heading the ball out of there, and it's Adrian Torres who got the deflection off the goalkeeper, Abraham Garcia, and the Roosevelt Rough Riders have taken a 1-0 lead just like that. And it just goes to show you don't need to possess the ball all that often for one to go right. Ruben Medina was the man that kicked the ball at the goal and forced Abraham Garcia to block it with his hands, and it was Adrian Torres, number 6, the man that was there to clean it up. And in the 26th minute, the Roosevelt Rough Riders have drawn first blood. Selma High Bears have scored 110 goals on the year. They are going to need at least one more in the next 65 minutes. Adrian Torres is just a blanket around the middle of the field. He is over everything. You'll notice he is number 6, the man with the flowing locks of hair on his head. And we're going to have a whistle and a free kick for Roosevelt. Foul on Moises Martinez, number 10. Torres will take the free kick. He's got 2 men down. And Torres controls in the middle of the field. And what would have been offsides had Roosevelt taken a stab at it. Abraham Garcia will clear it to midfield. Torres wanted a whistle from the ref, will not get it, but it is Roosevelt ball. Torres with the throw in. Selma very aggressive with their strikers and forwards on the defensive end. Putting a lot of pressure on the back end of the Roosevelt defense. Selma now has possession. And looking for Martinez. Played well by the Roosevelt defense. Now controlled by Torres. Left foot up the field. Regained by Selma. It's going to be a fun battle to watch. Number 6 of Roosevelt, number 9 of Selma all night. Adrian Torres, Anthony Torres. We'll keep an eye on that battle as we go through here tonight. Adrian Salas for Roosevelt, two-way sports player. You'll notice he's the star for the Roosevelt football team. Selma looking ahead. Martinez give and go with Flores, but they lost possession, and Roosevelt now on the counter. Good slide tackle. That was Adrian Salas. Keeps it in Roosevelt's favor, and we're going to get a whistle. An illegal tackle. We'll give Roosevelt a free kick. Much to the dismay of Roosevelt, they actually had a nice attack brewing, but now this will allow Selma to set their defense. .21.5 minutes remaining left in the first half. Roosevelt 1, Selma 0 here in this Division III final. This looks like Salas on the kick. A little pooch kick into the box. Headed out of there by Martinez. And then cleared out of there by the back line of the Selma defense. Oh, almost a nice pass. Christian Rea, but it hit the toe of a Selma defender. And what would have been a nice through ball is played well by the Selma Bears. And we're going to have our first substitution of the match. Freshman Emmanuel Flores will take a seat for junior number 8, Giovanni Zarate. So the lone freshman for Selma has done his work, and he will take a seat. Selma Bears really senior and junior laden. A very experienced team put to the test now, down 1-0. And Roosevelt will just let that roll out of bounds for a free throw in. And this is Anthony Torres doing work, sends a cross just out of the hands of Jesse Diaz, and Moises Martinez was almost there. That was a very nice surgical cross from Anthony Torres, right on target, right where it needed to be. Torres leading the team in assists as well. With 22. I'm sorry, it's Moises Martinez that leads the team in goals with 24. And here is Adrian Torres on the attack. And it will go out of bounds, Selma ball. Christian Ray could not track it down for Roosevelt. Just under 20 minutes now left in the first half of play. And Roosevelt controls now. Valencia tried to send a pass, but headed out by the Selma Bears. Still controlled by Roosevelt. Opting to attack the left side of the Selma defense more often than not here in the first 20 minutes. They attack that left side, and they get Adrian Torres one-on-one out on the backside. And that's a matchup that more often than not will be in Roosevelt's favor. Roosevelt's main horse, number 9, Santiago Gaspar, who scored the lone goal in the win over Dinuba last week. We have yet to hear his name. Free kick for the Bears. Sent into the box and played well by Diaz. Had a beat on it the whole way. Diaz, well-placed kick. Played well by a Rough Rider striker. And cleared out of bounds by the Bears. Roosevelt ball. Nice move by Roosevelt. And you see the possession that Joel Nunez was talking about, but it has been Selma more often than not playing well defense. And here's a one-on-one opportunity. Raymond Torres back to his brother Anthony. Anthony is going to take it himself, fires it, and we've got a goal! Anthony Torres did it all himself. A one-man machine. The Torres brothers started it, and the older brother finished it in the 16th minute. Selma has tied this game. Anthony Torres on a spectacular goal. Jesse Diaz could not get down in time. And we are knotted at one apiece. Boy, you just see the spectacular play that Anthony Torres plays with. And another attack, but Diaz will nullify that possession. And we've got a player down for Roosevelt. Point to the sidelines, and this will be our first injury of the game. Cannot see who it is on the field. It looks like either 17, Pascual Cardenas, or 11, Ruben Medina. Cannot tell from this angle. But meanwhile, Anthony Torres, who went 1-on-3, had a spectacular fire on the ground past the goalkeeper, and we are knotted at 1 here at Reedley. Much to the delight of the home Selma fans, and the crowd still piling in, and they have almost but filled the home section here at Reedley High School. Meanwhile, the injured player for Roosevelt is up and walking off the field under his own power, which is good to see. And it was 11, Ruben Medina. Looks like something he'll be able to run off. And just under 14 minutes here left in the first half. Diaz sends this one down to midfield, controlled by Roosevelt. Roosevelt got an open man. There he goes. Found him. Oh, but stolen away by Edsel Antunez. And Roosevelt attempt at a pass, and it is controlled now by Selma. Andrew Ramirez, number 3, with the ball. He is quick with his movements. And there's Ramirez, nice header. Back to the midfielder, back to Ramirez, but out of play. And Roosevelt will have a throw in. Eduardo Lopez will be set to bring us back into play here now under 13 minutes left in the first half. And we've seen some exciting action so far here in the first half.
That's our best tire value promise, and it comes with every tire we sell. Plus, Schwab also cares about our communities. It's one of your
Folks, if you just joined us, I am Jason Phillips bringing you the action here on PlayOnSports.com. Goals got us started in the 26th minute by Roosevelt. Adrian Torres with a deflection and booted it in for a 1-0 lead, but Selma just answered in the 16th minute, 3 minutes ago, with Anthony Torres. So it's a Torres show here at Reedley High School. Oh, and a header by the back line of the Roosevelt defense is giving it right to Anthony Torres, and you see Torres battling. Boy, the kid's just got all the will in the world. No call by the ref. The fans can't believe it, and here's Roosevelt on the counter. Roosevelt, a shot right at Abraham Garcia, an easy save right into his torso, and he will clear it to midfield. Raymond Torres couldn't control it, but a bad pass is giving it right back to Selma, and we're going to get a handball whistle. Moises Martinez hit it with an elbow. Nice pass out to the wing by Roosevelt. Now taken down up near the corner, and it is out of play. And we are going to get a goal kick from Selma. Nice ball down to midfield. Martinez and the Roosevelt player go after it. Valencia with the pass. And it is out of bounds, and it will be Selma ball. I think for Selma, you got to feel pretty good about where you're at. First off, after tying this ball game up, but your offense and your aggressiveness on offense has shown the ability to break down the Roosevelt defense, and it's only a matter of time before Anthony Torres and Moises Martinez make things happen. And here's Adrian Torres. And some nifty moves, and now Roosevelt will reset from the wide side of the field. Cross at the goal and just over above it. Whew. Abraham Garcia was out of room. And luckily, so was the ball going over the net. And we are now under 10 minutes left to go in the half. Selma clear to midfield. Header by Anthony Torres. Roosevelt will head it back and controlled by Roosevelt. Bad pass by Roosevelt. Andrew Ramirez sends it deep. And here's Moises Martinez now. Oh, but well played by Antonio Valencia, number 4 from Roosevelt. Took that away, otherwise Selma would have been on a nice scoring opportunity. And here come the Rough Riders. Pass that is headed out of bounds by Raymond Torres. Free throw in for Roosevelt. And the back line has kicked it right to Selma. Nice ball. Here's Raymond Torres down the side. And he, what I would believe to be a try at a cross, goes off his foot wide and out of bounds. And Roosevelt will take over. Diaz sets the ball down quickly, gets it to Torres. And a long outlet, but nobody there for Roosevelt. And that one's sent out of bounds. And Adrian Torres will throw it in momentarily. Here with just over 8 minutes left in the first half. Back and forth we go here at Reedley High School. Folks, once again, thank you for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. PlayOnSports.com. Meanwhile, Roosevelt and a couple guys battle for position out on the near far side of the field. Diaz heads it, but he's got an empty net, and a shot is just wide. Raymond Torres recognized it, but the ball was just wide, and Roosevelt avoids disaster on that one. And that's now a couple mistakes by the back line of the Roosevelt defense. They were unable to successfully clear the ball and instead giving it right to either Moises Martinez or in that time Raymond Torres. And that time it almost cost Roosevelt. And now some action in midfield. Selma on the attack. This is Martinez. Ooh, what a push, and the ref does call it. And some action after the whistle. We've had a pretty clean game thus far to this point. No cards have been handed out. And it looked as if Roosevelt maybe wanted one right there. And there we go. There is our first card. Yellow card. Comes at the 6th minute. I cannot see what player it is. Far side of the field. It is dark, and they are wearing black jerseys. It does not make for seeing the numbers easily. Still can't tell at this point. I want to say it's number 8, Manuel Santos, but I'm not exactly positive. We'll find out on that. Meanwhile, shot on goal where Jesse Diaz has to sky for it. Gains control, and Roosevelt will now regroup. Just under 6 minutes here left to go. Nice pass to Torres down the left side. Torres And Andrew Ramirez battling, and it's going to be off Torres, Selma ball. And the fans enjoyed that little battle. Well, Moises Martinez with some action right there, but no whistle. And a cross by Raymond Torres. But Roosevelt able to clear it out. He was looking for Martinez. And thought the ball went out of bounds. Referee does not make a signal, so Roosevelt will play on. Now on the counter on the far side of the field. Nice one-touch pass. Roosevelt got something working. And this is some good-looking passing. And looking for Torres, one-on-one. Header just over the goal post. But nonetheless, a nice attack. And good pressure on the Selma defense. And that was the kind of passing that Joel Nunez talked about with me in the pregame, or before this game started. A lot of one-touch, give and goes, possessing the ball, open looks like that cross right there. Torres just off the side of the head a little too much. Just under 4 minutes. Now left to go in the first half. Torres. And the through ball played nicely by Selma. Ooh, and we're going to have a trip. And Roosevelt will have a free kick. Victor Mendoza, the junior defender, made a couple nice plays before tripping the player. And a header, and played nicely by Abraham Garcia coming out of the goal to meet the ball. And I believe we just had a yellow card. Another one, and this one was on Selma. And I believe it was on that trip. So probably more often than not, Victor Mendoza gets that yellow card. And that will be out of bounds, awarded to Selma. The referee has some words for an assistant on Selma. Ball cleared. Anthony Torres jumped just a bit early. Cleared out by the Roosevelt mid. And a loose ball to Raymond Torres. Gives it to his brother. Anthony slips. Now controlled by Ramirez. And a kick to Martinez. One-on-one. Martinez has it. It's over to Torres. Torres and Anthony Torres and Adrian Torres going at it. Adrian gets the better of that battle. And a heel kick by Ramirez, much to the delight of the Selma fans. They enjoy his razzle-dazzle. However, it is now Roosevelt with the ball. Cleared out of there by Selma. Nice header to the midsection of Roosevelt. Minute and a half left to go. Plus any remaining stoppage time we may have. Oh, off the foot of one of the defenders for Roosevelt that nearly went over Jesse Diaz's head. Cleared out of there looking for Torres. Torres looking for a pass. He's got a player down there, but is it too far? Yes, it is. Out of bounds. And it'll be a goal kick coming for Selma. That was Eduardo Lopez for Roosevelt with the pass back to Diaz. That was oh so dangerous. Raymond Torres tried to get a ball in there to his brother Anthony. Played well by the Roosevelt defense. This one headed by Raymond, excuse me. Now Anthony. Nifty moves. And looking for Martinez. And it goes off his thigh, out of bounds, and the opportunity wasted. And we are now in the final seconds of the half. Official time kept on the field by the referee. And there is the whistle. The first half has come to a close. We are tied at 1 here in Reedley. The number 2 seeded Roosevelt Rough Riders won. The number 1 seeded Selma Bears won. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back with the PlayOnSports.com halftime coverage. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. We will be right back.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming to you live from Reedley High School in Reedley, California. I am Jason Phillips, bringing you all the action here on PlayOnSports.com. We have closed to the end of the first half, and it is a 1-1 tie here in Reedley between the Roosevelt Rough Riders and the Selma Bears. Scoring got started with Roosevelt in the 26th minute, where Adrian Torres, after a header from the near side of the goal, it was kicked by Eduardo Lopez down deep into the net, bounced off the goalie Abraham Garcia, and Adrian Torres was there to clean up the mess to give Roosevelt a 1-0 lead. And then 10 minutes later, Selma had a spectacular goal by number 9 Anthony Torres, where he took on 3 Roosevelt Rough Rider defenders and took a one-timer liner on the ground. They didn't get much above a foot over the ground, but it rolled just under Roosevelt goalkeeper Jesse Diaz, and that is where we stand right now at 1-1. It has been more so both teams playing to their liking, to their styles. Roosevelt more of a defense-oriented, counter-attack, possession kind of team, where Selma has shown flashes of brilliance and shown that they are going to be the aggressor in this game. More often than not, possessing the ball on Roosevelt's defense side of the field. And I expect a second half that's going to be much of the same. And I look for Selma and the Torres brothers and Moises Martinez to win some one-on-one battles in the 18 box and see what can happen if they're left alone, unmarked, unguarded. And that's going to do it for this halftime show here in Reedley. We're just about a minute and a half away from the start of the second half. And one other thing I want to get to, number 9 Santiago Gaspar, the leading scorer for Roosevelt, and their main horse, who we have not heard much from in this half. We're going to need to hear from him in the second half. Roosevelt, it has been a lot of the Adrian Torres show, number 6. He's been brought down in to help on defense, mainly to help with the Torres brothers and Andrew Ramirez. So he kind of keeping him off the offensive side of the field more so to help play defense. So we're going to see how that's going to factor into the second half. And we'll see if Gaspar can get his Rough Riders going in the second half. So we are just under a minute to go. We're going to step away real quick, and we'll be right back with the second half here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Welcome back to Reedley High School. We weren't gone for that much longer, and we are ready to start this second half. It'll be Roosevelt who will take ownership of this possession as we start the second half. All knotted at 1 here in Reedley. And Selma and their fans has eventually packed this side of the stadium. And we are going to be in for a treat here of a second half. And Torres battles at midfield. He'll help his Rough Riders take possession. And a header, and just clear it up to midfield. And what looked like a handball, not called, and Roosevelt will take it. And this is Torres from about the 50-yard line. I would have to think Joel Nunez told his Rough Riders that he wanted to see more ball control in the second half. And here's a break on the goal. And just wide, but a good effort. And I believe, was that Gaspar? Those numbers are so hard to see. I believe it was. Nice left foot. And it goes off of Selma, so it'll be a throw in for Roosevelt. And that it was Gaspar that took that shot. And that pass goes out of bounds, and it will be Selma ball. Martinez with the throw in, looking downfield. Looking for Carlos Hernandez. And just played out of bounds by Roosevelt. And it looks as if we will have our first corner of the night. Anthony Torres with the corner. Diaz came out to meet it, but it goes over his head, and here comes Roosevelt on the counter. And a little bit out of control, but Roosevelt able to regain it. Here is Antonio Valencia, pass. That is going to be played well by the Selma defense. Valencia's pass intended for number 14, Alex Sanchez. Turned on the afterburners, but not fast enough. Free kick from Selma. Excuse me. And a penalty on Selma. Sanchez shot on the goal, caught a little bit of air, easily saved by Abraham Garcia. And it's a foot race, and Anthony Torres will win it, and then he's tripped, and that will get a whistle out of the ref. Ruben Medina. And Anthony Torres is on the ground, and that is a yellow card for Ruben Medina. The second yellow card on the Rough Riders tonight. And Anthony Torres will get a free kick. He's got 3 Bears in the box. Looks like Carlos Hernandez, who was the closest one to the ball, but saved by Diaz right into his torso. And here comes Roosevelt on the counter. Nice give and go. Ooh, a through ball that nearly got through. And the Rough Rider, who it was intended for, let up on it a little bit. But nonetheless, it'll end up a Roosevelt corner. Antonio Valencia and Adrian Torres over there. Torres will give it to Valencia. Valencia keeps it himself, looks to cross, headed out of there. Edsel Antonez with a good defensive play. Meanwhile, Torres and the Rough Rider will give and go to Torres. One time left foot. Oh, just wide. A very nice play. Give and go. And Torres with that left foot can be dangerous. Sends it just into the side of the net. And we're going to have another substitution. Carlos Hernandez, number 21, will come out. And in goes Raymond Torres. Nearly dangerous play there by the defender, Edsel Antonez. Just over 33 minutes left in regulation. We have seen much better tactics and strategy out of the Roosevelt offense than we saw in the first half. And a little switch on who wants to take the free kick. Antonio Valencia will now drop down into the box. And the kick to Torres, who heads it up. Headed out by Selma, and now regained by Roosevelt. And a one-time left-footed shot by Gaspar into the body of Selma. And here goes Selma on the counter. This is Torres, lightning quick. And a left-footed cross. Centered. Ooh, Martinez was there to clean it up, but Roosevelt got it out of there. And this is back to Torres, heel kick. Martinez, foot race. Martinez wins it, no whistle. Martinez, a little shake and bake. And the defense of Roosevelt, too much that time. Gaspar and Torres going at it. That was Ramirez. Oh, no whistle. There it is. The ref got it. Moises Martinez trying to scissor kick it. And he got shoved in the back. And we got a man down for Roosevelt. But a free kick from the equivalent of the 17-yard line. And a little break as they tend to the injured player. Boy, if Martinez could have connected on that scissor kick, who knows what could have happened. Folks, playonsports.com. We will have live coverage of basketball from around the country in March as we hit the section and state championships, just like we have here in soccer. March Madness will reign around California and beyond as we bring you action from one end of the country to the other. Join us in March for championship basketball coverage, brought to you by your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. And the injured player still down. Now he gets to his feet. Helped off by a couple trainers.
Put our hands together for our injured player for the Rough Riders.
And that looks like number 19, Fernando Gutierrez.
Number 19 is Daniel Gutierrez.
And the action will resume with Moises Martinez. Moises Martinez, and as with Edsel Antonez, both around the ball. It'll be Martinez. Shot on the goal, and it's good! He caught Jesse Diaz looking. What a set kick! Moises Martinez has put the Selma Bears up 2-1. Fired it over the wall, and Jesse Diaz had some miscommunication with his back line, and he was not even ready for the ball that came screaming at him. Moises Martinez, what a play. And who, none other for these Selma Bears than Moises Martinez and Anthony Torres leading the barrage for the Selma Bears. They have each scored a goal, and they have contributed now to this 2-1 Selma lead. And we are just under 29 minutes away from Selma looking at capturing this D3 championship. But Roosevelt's going to have a lot to say about that before we're done. Here's a nice pass, Martinez. One-on-one. It is deflected off Diaz. Martinez in the 18 box, just him and the goalie. He can't believe it. That would have given Selma a nice little cushion. But what a pass from the Selma midfielder. Man, what an interesting couple minutes for the Selma Bears. And now Roosevelt needing to answer, but they put it out of bounds. Selma retake control. Nice throw in taken by Ramirez. Played well by the Selma defense. And now a through ball. And Martinez was looking at yet another scoring opportunity, but this time Diaz is able to get to the ball. And that pass fired right to Anthony Torres. Torres will now work it around the midfield. And here comes Roosevelt. And a pass through. Gaspar, left foot. He's got to go. We are tied again. The answer, Santiago Gaspar. What a through ball. The left foot goes around Garcia, and now we are tied at 2. What a game this has been. I said it at the break. We hadn't heard much from Gaspar. We were going to need to hear from him in the second half. And a loud noise indeed. He knots this game up at 2 apiece. Torres, nice pass. Martinez. Well defended. And cleared out of there. Right back to Torres. And we're going to have a whistle and a free kick. Taken by Torres. Martinez retreats back behind Torres. Torres will take a shot on goal. Ooh, nearly the same trajectory that Martinez's set piece had. And that one just above the goal. Nice boot, however, from the senior. And Diaz will send it to midfield, but we've got a whistle. And we'll have to have that redone. Just under 26 minutes left here at regulation. Those last 2 goals separated by only 3 minutes. Ray Torres sends it deep, but played out and cleared by Roosevelt. Good body control by the Selma defender. This pass now to Martinez, who sends it to Torres. Speed for days. Tracks it down. And knocked out of bounds. Adrian Torres no longer marking Anthony Torres. It is now Alex Sanchez. Meanwhile, Roosevelt, Christian Rhea sent the pass just a little wide. Torres comes up, kicks it off the side of his foot, and now this will be Selma ball. Just under 24 minutes left. Header, and we've got a whistle and a push. Moises Martinez knocked down. Martinez will set up shop in the box. Torres, the kick, the cross. Diaz off his hands. And it's going to go out of bounds off the side of the leg and end up being a corner. That was dangerous. Diaz, you either got to get your hands on that or you've got to knock it forward. Getting behind you like that is only dangerous. And now a corner. And Diaz there does a good time of batting the ball out, that time one-handed. And here goes Roosevelt. Ooh, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. Played on quickly. Gaspar. Down there, he'll get to it. And we're going to have a whistle. But the referee is going to point to Selma. Alex Sanchez came up to meet Emmanuel Flores with the ball. And here comes Roosevelt now, working, looking for Gaspar, but just a little too strong. Got a much more fluid pace to this game here in the second half. Both offenses in rhythm and attacking nicely. We're going to have a substitution for Selma as Andrew Ramirez comes back onto the field. Here under 22 minutes left in regulation. Martinez with a nice kick, leading Torres. And Torres, nice move, working on 3 Roosevelt defenders. And it looks like we might get a corner. Nope, they're going to say it's a goal kick. Which is actually a good call. It looked before the defender slid. It looked as if Torres had touched the ball on that yellow line. So I will agree with the official on that one. Now Roosevelt will take action midfield. Sanchez wide open to the near side, but instead the midfielder sent it forward right into the back line of the defense. Free kick, Selma. Kind of gave that one away. And here's Martinez behind the defense, but headed out and cleared nicely. Torres, deep ball. Diaz with a nice save. That would have gone in the net had Diaz not been as tall as he was. Great save. And great fire on the net by Anthony Torres. Every time this kid strikes the ball, something good's going to happen. Diaz and the Rough Riders, ever so lucky on that one. We are now under 20 minutes left in the half. And you can kind of get now the sense of urgency from each team. And here's Martinez off his chest. One time fires, blocked by Diaz. Martinez again. Knocked out of bounds, and we are going to have a corner. Great block by Diaz. And for the time being, he has kept his team in this one. That looked like a surefire goal. Martinez, nice kick straight at the midsection of Diaz. And now the corner. And cleared out by the Roosevelt defense. Folks, once again, thank you for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com. I am Jason Phillips. If you've joined us late, we've had an exciting game here at Reedley High School. Roosevelt got on the board first, led 1-0 on Adrian Torres' goal. Selma came right back and answered with Anthony Torres. Went into the break, tied at 1, and we have seen 2 goals here in the second half within 3 minutes of one another. Moises Martinez in the 50th minute for the Bears. Santiago Gaspar answered 3 minutes later in the 53rd minute, and we are knotted at 2. And we are in store for a fantastic finish. Selma controlling much of the action in the first half, but it has been a different story here in the second. And that knocked out of bounds, and we will have a corner for Roosevelt. And it will be Gaspar on the corner. And it's a header, and it's good! We've got a goal. Roosevelt takes the lead for the first time today, and it looks like Antonio Valencia, number 4, with a diving header that beat both Abraham Garcia and the man on the back post. And you see Garcia and his fellow defender with having a small discussion. They can't believe it, and the Roosevelt Rough Riders have taken the lead. In the 64th minute, it is Valencia giving the Rough Riders the lead, and they are just 16 minutes away from their 6th Division III championship in school history. Martinez hits the deck, and we are going to have a whistle and a free kick. Well, once again, Santiago Gaspar needed to make his name heard, and with a great corner kick and a great dive header from Antonio Valencia, the Rough Riders are in business. He has been putting the pressure on the defense in the second half. And at times, even making himself known on the defensive end. And here's a pass. Down the right side, looking for Pascual Cardenas. And knocked out of bounds. Edsel Antonez. A good defense on the play, and this will be Cardenas to throw it in. Nope, he'll give it to Alex Sanchez for the throw in. Gaspar at the bottom of your screen. And cleared out of there. Brought back in. A couple of headers by Selma. Gaspar to Medina. And Medina, but we're going to have a whistle, and it will be foul on Roosevelt. Selma ball. Just under 15 minutes left here to go in Reedley. Emmanuel Flores, free kick. And nearly headed by the defender, but Diaz, with a nice communication, took it himself. Roosevelt on the counter. Sanchez knocks it off a Selma player. And this will be Elijah Rodriguez with the throw in. No need for Roosevelt to hurry. Header that will stay a Roosevelt ball. Elijah Rodriguez will throw it in once again. And this is Gaspar. Oh, but taken away by Flores. He's got Raymond Torres up ahead, and Not a good effort on the pass. And here we go, looking for Gaspar. It's Gaspar and Antonez sends it out of bounds. And Gaspar has been putting the pressure on this Selma defense, causing a couple breakdowns so far here in the second half as we just edge under 13 minutes left to go. It'll be Gaspar doing work on the far side of the field. And that is knocked out of bounds by Antonez again. Great one-on-one matchups all over this field here tonight. And that cleared out by Selma. A little miscommunication from the Roosevelt midfielders, and a shot on goal goes just wide. And that looked like Ruben Medina. Medina looked like he wanted to make contact with it a little bit earlier, but Carlos Valencia looked like he may strike it as well. And it caused Medina's shot to be just a little off center. Just over 12 minutes in regulation. And we are going to see a ferocious effort forthcoming from the Selma Bears here in this final 12 minutes. Gaspar, excuse me, that's Medina, to Gaspar. And that knocked out of bounds. Ruben Zamora knocking it out of bounds. Sanchez will be the one to throw it in. Sanchez with the throw-in. This will go to Gaspar. Now over to Valencia, who left foots it just wide. And that'll go all the way across the track. Now just under 11 minutes left to go. Time of the essence for the Selma Bears. Zamora with the free kick. And Adrian Torres can't believe he had a foul called against him. And that'll be a free kick for Selma, and I can't believe it either. I don't really think he did much of anything to warrant that foul. And here's one sent into the box. Anthony Torres with the whole Roosevelt defense. And this will now be controlled by Diaz. Torres forces him to pick it up. And this large home crowd of the Selma Bears anxiously waiting to see what is going to happen in this final 10 minutes. Garcia kicks it. He's got Torres. Torres to Martinez. No offsides. Martinez passes back to Torres. Stolen. Back to Martinez. Well played defensively by Valencia. And mark that down as maybe the save of the game right now for Valencia and the Roosevelt Rough Riders. That was a huge scoring opportunity. That was nullified by great defense. And now this one will go out of bounds. Free kick to Selma. Valencia, great job down there. Got it away from Torres. Cleared it. And now Selma's got to regroup and start over again as we reach just above 9 minutes left to go. A little shove by Selma, and the ref will catch that one. Andrew Ramirez. And I'm sure that is Gaspar on the ground. I'm sure he will take his time. The referee with a few words for Coach Norman and the Bears. Free kick for Roosevelt. Gaspar sends it in. Valencia chests it, but cleared away by Selma. Gaspar will end up with it. He'll send it another ball in there that's headed by Valencia. Off Torres' foot. Torres now. Pass. And here we go. Off. Is that off Garcia? We got a whistle for a corner. It is off Garcia. We're going to have a Roosevelt corner. And Garcia, and I can't tell who that is from here, but they got there at the same time. Garcia, nice play, just to make sure that was not another go-ahead goal. Corner kick now, Roosevelt. And a bit strong, no one over there for the Riders. And then cleared out of bounds. Elijah Rodriguez with the throw in. And Martinez will control it at midfield. And we're going to get a foul on Roosevelt. We're going to get a foul on Roosevelt. Martinez dribbling. And the ref felt that there was enough contact to warrant Martinez to have the advantage. Free kick by Ruben Zamora. Gaspar heads it, but now controlled by Andrew Ramirez. Selma needs something. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Long pass. Gaspar sends it down and just out of bounds. Looking for Pascual Cardenas. And we are going to get a yellow card on Cardenas. This is the third yellow card of the match for the Rough Riders. No worries, though. They lead by 1. We are now under 6 minutes left in regulation. Roosevelt doing anything they can to stall time. And we've got a late substitution for the Rough Riders. Selma brings it in. This will be Flores and Valencia. Some more good defense, but Selma maintains control. Flores, nice pass to Martinez. Martinez working far side of the field. Seemed like he was 1-on-5 over there, and Roosevelt has got it away from him. Cleared right to Selma. Selma doesn't have many scoring threats left. They've got to make do with these ones right here that count. And a bicycle to keep it from being a corner, and we are going to have a throw in. So well done by the defender there for Roosevelt. Andrew Ramirez with the throw in. And Zamora back to Ramirez, looking for Torres. Torres now, and an arm handball, and the referee does see it. Torres can't believe it. It did go off his foot onto his forearm accidentally. Still illegal, however. 4.5 minutes remain. Gaspar. And good call by the referee. That was off a Selma defender. That was off Ramirez. Sanchez will throw it in. He's got Gaspar ahead of him. Gaspar with the chest. And a nice pass to Valencia. Back to Gaspar. Gaspar in his comfort zone with his left foot. There's a pass. Ooh, he thought Gaspar was going to release to the far side. He did not. And a long kick out of bounds. Much to the dismay of the Selma teammates. Now under 4 minutes. Sanchez with a deep pass. And a cross to the zone, played easily by Garcia. And he will outlet it to Martinez, who kept it in bounds, but Valencia will control it. it offsides. The late substitution, Christian Ray, who just came on about 12 minutes ago, and he's been flying all over the field, that time just ahead of the defense. And this Selma crowd trying to get their Bears pumped up. And Andrew Ramirez will track it down. Edsol Antonez throws it in. Flores, pass. And Sanchez clears it out of there. Sanchez with another clear. And all of the Roosevelt Rough Rider defenders are right place, right time. Under 2.5 minutes left to go. This one is coming to a close. Can the Rough Riders hang on? Medina tried to clear it, but it goes off Flores, and here we go. This is Raymond Torres. Roosevelt wanted a handball. They're not going to get it. Martinez, and cleared out of there by Adrian Torres. But we're going to have a whistle. No, the referee put his hand up. Nope. Just signaling direction of the ball. So the ball went out and stays in the Rough Riders' possession. Boy, Torres is giving it a good kick anytime he gets the ball. And here's Anthony, but he can't get anything going on that one. Headed out of there by Valencia, and here's Gaspar. 2-on-1 shot off a defender, Christian Ray. He's looking to try at it, and he can't get anything, and we are going to get, is this a corner? I believe they are saying it is off Selma, corner kick. Gaspar had a good look. 2-on-1, fired it off his left foot right into the thigh, right into the defender from Selma. And clock reads 2 minutes. We are well under that. Officials are now keeping the officials' time on the field. So it is in the officials' hands. Roosevelt ever so close to that 6th title. Only one loss on the year for Roosevelt. Quite a year Joel Nunez and his Rough Riders have had. And can Selma muster up anything here in stoppage time? David Norman, coach of the Bears, yelling at his team to go. Moises Martinez thought he was going to get a look at it, but cleared out of there. Ruben Zamora hustles it down for a throw-in. Bears know they got to hurry. Header to Anthony Torres. Zamora back to Anthony Torres. Nice move. And well played. Valencia clears it, and we're going to have a foul on Torres. Well, Antonio Valencia, number 4, has had some special moments in this second half on the defensive side of the ball. And this is cleared to Gaspar down the right side, working on Zamora. He'll overpower him easily. Gaspar, left foot. Garcia blocks it. Garcia clears it quickly. Open for the counter. But Eduardo Lopez sends it out of bounds. Any moment now, Roosevelt is going to have this Division III title. Referee lets that foul go away. Garcia out far from the net. And there's the whistles. Roosevelt has done it. Some of the Selma players can't believe it, but it is the Rough Riders here in Reedley. The Roosevelt Rough Riders are your Division III Section Boys champions. And head coach Joel Nunez and his Rough Riders can celebrate. What a year they've had. A couple of fantastic players for this matchup. Santiago Gaspar came through in the second half. Antonio Valencia with a huge goal and great defense, and it was Valencia's go-ahead goal. That will give Roosevelt the title. Folks, I am Jason Phillips, thanking you for joining us here on PlayOnSports.com. And we are going to say so long from Reedley High School, where you have just witnessed the Roosevelt Rough Riders capture their 6th section championship. I am Jason Phillips saying so long for my videographer Matt Merritt and my producer Jordan Eswine and everybody here on PlayOnSports.com. Keep tuning in for your destination for high school sports. We'll see you later.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.